All right, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. Today is December 3rd, 2024, and it is a Tuesday. Let me pull up the weekly news calendar here. So Tuesday, we have Jotes job openings at 10 o'clock today. And that is our red folder news of the day. And throughout this entire week, we have at least one red folder news daily. So yeah, that's just something that you do want to keep in mind. So today, my bias for today is I do want to see previous day high get taken. So here is the daily candle, right? That I'm going to be basing my bias on. Based on this black, so this black line just indicates what candle I'm looking at. So this is a daily candle, this is a weekly candle, this is a monthly candle. And let me draw up the high, the daily high and the daily low. Alright, so the daily high is that green line, and the daily low is that red line. So based on that daily candle, can you anticipate for prices, or what is the black line closer to? So this is actually the close up yesterday. So yesterday's we closed at that black line, right? This black line right here. Based on how we closed, can you anticipate, or is the black line closer to the red line or the green line? Based on where the black line is. So if you guys have any common sense, or the black line is closer to the green line. So that's literally how I break it down into my bias here. So because of how we closed here on this daily candle, I can anticipate for previous day high to be taken. So that's my objective. That's my bias for today. My bias is I'm bullish until once we take out previous day high. Then that's where I'm not completely too sure where we're gonna go after we take out previous day high, but that is my objective. One thing that I do want to keep in mind is that my weekly objective here has been complete, right? We have taken out previous week's high, which was my weekly objective. So now, because we completed our weekly objective yesterday, this is why I would switch over to the intraday models or the daily candles for a daily bias instead of a weekly bias now. And like I said before, because of how we closed here on yesterday and how bullish we closed, I'm going to anticipate that we're going to take out previous day high. And what can we use to take out, like what's going to be our entry pattern to take out previous day high? Previous day high could be taken whenever we rebalance into this 4-hour fair value gap here, right? We can rebalance that daily not that daily fair value gap, that 4-hour fair value gap right here. Use it and then end up respecting it to take out previous day high. That is something that I'm watching out for. This isn't the same trade as yesterday, so if you guys were on my stream yesterday, you guys would have seen that I was in a trade. The higher time frame objective relative to this daily model there isn't one. I can't base my trade here on anything. This is just a model, right? But there's no higher time frame objective to this daily power of 3. There's no weekly high. We have already completed the weekly high. The monthly high, and so monthly down to daily, I don't really want to do that. I would rather have it from the monthly to the weekly, not monthly to the daily. So if you guys understand the proportionality of the markets here. But one thing that I am looking out for coming into this morning is I do want to see how we close here on this 8-hour time frame and this 4-hour time frame. Depending on how we close here on this 4-hour and 8-hour, will tell me if we're going to be if we're going to be bullish for the morning session or if we're going to be bearish for the morning session. So based on the 8-hour candle right now, if we closed on it right now, I would anticipate for prices to take out the 8-hour low. So this green line right here, this green line, I would anticipate for prices to take out that green line this upcoming morning session. But like I said, we still have about 26 more minutes left until we close on the 8-hour candle and the 4-hour candle. So I would just sit on the sidelines for the first 30 minutes and just kind of, you know, really get a feel of what prices wants to do. But as of right now, like I said, the daily objective for me is previous day high. But is the lower time frames telling me that we're going to take out previous day high? Not exactly. If we can get a bullish closure on the 8-hour and the 4-hour and those time frames align with the daily candle, then that's gonna be time frame alignment. But as of right now, I really don't want to really force a narrative onto prices here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my morning and daily bias. Daily bias, I'm bullish. Morning bias, I'm gonna wait about another 25 minutes or so to see where we close on the 4-hour and 8-hour time frame. Until we do that, I'm gonna go into my positives, basically my pros and cons from previous week. Alright, so previous week I was able to maintain composure and discipline when it came to following my rules. So what are my rules? I'm going to require there to be a higher time frame objective for every single one of my trades. So like I said before, even though that I can anticipate for previous day high to be taken, I am requiring a higher time frame objective. So what does prices, like, is there another reason why prices should be continuing higher? There really I mean, we can take out previous month's high, but like I said before, the monthly time frame doesn't go straight down into the daily time frames perspective, if that makes sense. I would want to go from the monthly time frame to the daily time, or monthly time frame to the weekly time frame, and then the weekly time frame onto the daily time frame. But here it's looking a little bit I mean, like I said, there's no high time frame objective, so I'm not going to be forcing this this model here. Yeah, so requiring a higher time frame objective for every single one of my trades. And my entry pattern. My entry pattern is a fair value gap. So if there is no displacement on the lower time frames relative to the model that I'm taking, I'm not going to take it because there's no displacement. If there was, then I would take it. Second positive from last week is I'm able to understand and fully utilize the fractality of the market. So there's this quote that ICT states that view every single 4-hour candle as a daily candle. You can view every daily candle as a weekly candle. What that means is on every single candle there's going to be an objective. Like I said, the daily objective, right, is higher prices. But what is the 4-hour and 8-hour telling us right now? What are we going to take out previous day high right this instant? The 4-hour candle and 8-hour candle are telling us the answer to that question. And the answer is not exactly yet. We have to wait on time. We have to wait on alignment between multiple time frames for us to really be sure that we're going to take out previous day high. So understanding the fractality of the markets, right? Because of how fractal prices are, that means you're going to be presented with a handful of models, opportunities. But what's going to differentiate you from taking a bad model and a good model is your rules, right? So, which is why I must maintain discipline to my rules. Like I said, some of my rules are requiring a higher time frame objective and requiring displacement on the lower time frames relative to my model. The third positive here is I'm going to have to accept, and I am accepting the fact that the markets will dictate the opportunities that I am given. I cannot force a model onto the markets. I don't have control. If I had control over the markets, I would have been a billionaire now. But I don't. I have to accept the fact that I do not have control over the markets. I do, however, have control over which opportunities am I going to be a part of. Am I going to risk it? Am I going to risk whatever it is on this trade, or I have control over what the markets give me. I don't have control over the markets per se. And you just have to accept the fact that you don't have control over the markets. And the fourth thing is understanding that there could be two sorts of stop losses: a time stop and a price stop. A price stop is an exact, okay, if prices reaches to 21.1775, that I'm gonna get that's it. I'm not gonna take anything out anymore. That's my stop loss. Or a time stop is, okay, I'm gonna give prices 15 minutes to accomplish this task. If we don't accomplish it here, then that means we're not going to complete the objective right this instant. And I want to be in a trade where prices completes that objective right that instant. But yeah, I'll go into this more into detail once I'm giving an opportunity to show you guys what I mean by having a time stop and a price stop. And negatives are just being able to properly manage my risk. So this week I'm going to come in. I know this is an NFP week, but I'm going to go into this week with higher risk on my trades. Improvements here for next week. Continuing to practice patience and discipline, right? Requiring that higher time frame objective. Requiring displacement on the lower time frames. Yeah, like I said, every single trade here must have a higher time frame objective. Displacement on the lower time frames is also required to be able to take the model. Continue to pay close attention to SMT. So this is something that I didn't mention here yet. So if you guys take a look at ES, we have SMT here. So notice, go to the 4-hour candle and look at November 11th 6 a.m. candle. Notice how we have an SMT here between the markets. So there's actually SMT right here between ES and NQ. Because ES has taken out its all-time highs and previous month's high, if we are to reverse, this would be a good time to reverse. But am I going to take a trade based on the idea that we're going to reverse? Not exactly. I would need more structure. I would need to see us completely disrespect this 4-hour fair value gap and create displacement candles on the 4-hour time frame that supports the idea of bearish price action. But as of right now, there isn't that information. Like there is literally no reasons for us to be looking for shorts here on the lower time, or at least on the 4-hour time frame. We look at this massive BISI that we're within right now. This BISI should be respected if we're going to continue higher. The only way I could see lower prices is if, like I said, we completely disrespect this 4-hour fair value gap and we get a closure below it with displacement on the downside. But as of right now, not much you can really say up here. But yeah, that's it for right now. So like I said, SMT, fourth thing is being able to risk manage properly. Every single trade I should be risking about $894. And yeah, that kind of wraps it up for the pros and cons and the improvements here for next week. My weekly market outlook here. NQ, ES. Based on how we close here on the weekly candle, I can anticipate for prices to take out previous week's high with the upcoming week. We have already completed that idea. So now, so I should have written something about like trading the intraday models. So keep in mind that, so after we complete the weekly objective here, I would switch over to trading intraday models. So daily candles for bias. So this is what I mean by daily candles for bias. I'm going to use this daily candle for my daily bias. I'm going to use the 4-hour candle and 8-hour candle for my morning bias. But my daily bias, I'm bullish. But the 4-hour and 8-hour candle, we still have about 15 minutes left, so I'm not completely too sure yet. I'm not going to choose a side yet because I still want to wait for that time to pass. But if the 8-hour candle and the 4-hour candle is going to be bullish bias, that means I'm aligning myself with the higher time frame objective. So it means I can take a model on the 4-hour time frame with the idea that we're going to take out previous day high. So lower time frame models is in alignment with the daily order flow. And yeah, that wraps it up for my trading checklist. I do want to go over one quote here with you guys, so I can post it on my Discord. Serendipity is the action of making happy decisions or discoveries. I like this one. This is the quote for today. 12/3/2024. You can never permanently achieve. You can never permanently achieve anything on the outside that you are not fully prepared for on the inside. Whenever you set a goal of any kind, you will have to grow and develop to the point that you are ready to achieve. Alright, so that's gonna be the quote for today. If you guys are in my Discord, you guys will have complete access to everything. But the quote for today is, you can never permanently achieve anything on the outside that you are not fully prepared for on the inside. Whenever you set a goal of any kind, you will have to grow and develop to the point that you are ready to achieve it. So that just basically simply means that you must grow mentally to be able to fully grasp and, you know, retain the accomplishments on the outside. So let's say your goal is to become a millionaire, right? And let's just say you wake up, let's just say this very instance, you wake up the next morning and you were given $1 million. Are you going to be able to retain all of that amount of money and even quite possibly grow that money, or will you spend all of it? It depends on the current you, right? Are you going to be able to grow it, or will you, you know, just spend all of it away? If you're not mentally prepared to receive such an accomplishment, right, you're not going to be able to completely fully utilize whatever that is that you have achieved. You don't want to rush into anything. You kind of want to develop yourself first. I feel like this is it goes back to the law of attraction, right? You will attract what you should be getting. So I can't completely phrase this into words just yet, but that just tells me that I have to learn more. But basically what I'm trying to say is, you attract what you are. So good things will happen to you, and opportunities will arise once you're capable of accomplishing such task. We have about 10 minutes left, so let's just wait and see. Very interesting PA so far. Well, like I said before, I'm gonna elect and wait and see for the 8-hour candle closure before I really choose a side here. Still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Still waiting. Right now, let's get into a chess game here while we wait for the 4-hour candle and 8-hour candle to close. I'm gonna play the London here. I'm gonna go this route. Or I could actually go this here too. I'm gonna go here and let's see. I just wanna see how he's gonna react to this. Alright, so he doesn't give me any reaction just yet. So here I'm actually going to castle. If he goes here, then I can go here. Alright, so I'm gonna trade there. Trade bishops for bishops. Alright. Bring out my knight and get this square here. I'm gonna attack his queen. Okay, he goes back. I'm gonna go attack his knight. Well, he can just bring his knight here, so interesting. I'm gonna go here. He might go here, and I'm gonna go here. Okay. Alright, let's actually move this first. So I'll be dupe. So I'm going to be trading my rook for a knight and a bishop. That should be more points. Alright, so I'm gonna go here now. Serendipity. Up. Very interesting. Oh, here. He just takes... Oh, missed that. How could I have missed that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cruel world. Not even cruel world. That was my fault. Entirely. I don't really like this. He's just gonna push this here. Yeah. Is he quick enough? He is quick enough. Well, he wasted this move here, so. Alright. So we're about to close here on the hourly, 4 hour, 8 hour here in about 30 seconds. Based on how we closed, there's not anything here on the lower time frames that I would have taken here. Oh wait, did I can just go here, right? Alright, well, yeah, there's not anything here on the lower time frames that I would have taken to be a part of this move higher. I gotta be careful. So there is the open at 10. So this should be treated as a breakaway gap, and there's no displacement on the lower time frames for me to really take part of anything here. So I'm just going to chill. Alright, I'm just gonna go here. I'm not entirely too sure what I want to do here. She's gonna go here. I'm straight chilling though. Serendipity. Serendipity. Oi. Oi. I have a pretty strong fortress here, I'm not gonna lie. I can just bring my knight out. Alright. Yep. So, yep, I mean, we do end up treating this 15-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap. We take it out the highs. Let's see what we have done here on this 4-hour candle. So we still have yet to take out this 4-hour candle's high. But like I said before, what am I going to be using to enter off of? Like, what am I going to use to go higher, right? And the answer to that is there's no displacement on the lower time frames for me to take anything, so I'm just gonna stay disciplined to my rules. But based on this hourly candle, we can anticipate for the hourly high to be taken because of that theory, right? Is the black line closer to the green line, or is the black line closer to the red line? We're closer to the green line here, so most likely we're going to take out this hourly high. And here on the hourly time frame, it appears that we are about to take out this 4-hour high. So we're about to complete the 4-hour objective, which for me would be the morning objective, to be honest. If we do take out that 4-hour high, I'm just going to end the stream, because there's really nothing for me to be a part of. But yeah. Here. Okay. Just take that. Okay, brother. Slide back this way. Okay, so you just okay. Because he has a right hanging rook right now. I'm actually fine with trading my queens here. Yeah, I trade my queen. Okay. Oh, we can do that too? I have a bishop here. I'm should be stronger in this position, to be honest. Gonna take it with his knight. Okay. I can trade for days, my boy. Do I want to mess up his pawn structure? I kind of do want to. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll mess up his pawn structure. Just trade off everything here. So now I have options. I'm just gonna keep winning his pawn. Make sure I don't get backmated here. Back rank though. Okay, now I'm not gonna have okay. But he's gonna have to go back. I take his. Yep. Arigato. So 4-hour high has been taken. Morning objective is now completed. So could I have taken a part of it? Not really, but like I said, if you can just apply the power of three concept here, like I'm telling you, it's literally happening on every single time frame. If I apply the same theory on this 4-hour time frame like I did on the daily time frame, do you guys remember what I did on the daily time frame? The daily order flow is bullish, right? What is this 4-hour telling us right now? This 4-hour candle here is telling us that we're going to most likely take out this 4-hour high. But there's rules to it here. Why did I not take this trade? It's because there is no displacement. There's nothing I could have taken on the lower time frames to be a part of the move higher. That's just something that I do want to just keep, going over and over and over and over, because it happens every single time